My name is Heidi Ramsey. I started with NRCS in 2009 as a range technician in New Mexico. Then I worked as a range specialist in California, a district conservationist in Massachusetts, and I've done several local, state, and national details. I now serve as the Western Governors Association liaison in the West region.
My name is Wallace Jennings. I began my career in 2002 at the American Samoa Field Office. Now, I'm a soil conservationist in Oregon.
Hi, I'm Kathy Fergie. I work for USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service in Oregon. I started as a Natural Resource Conservation Service Coordinator in 2008. In 2011, I transferred to the state office as State Tribal Liaison and Outreach Coordinator. And in 2019-2020, I added Beginning Farmer Rancher Coordinator to my title as well.
Open and honest dialogue and effective communication is important because we get to the heart of trust with our customers and we encourage the same from them.
I think most importantly, good communication skills help build trusting relationships. When relationships are strong, more and better work can be accomplished. There will be bumps in the road along the way, but if we are developing good relationships, those bumps won't stop conservation. That means farmers and ranchers will be more likely to be successful and conservation will be more likely to happen.
We all come from different backgrounds, different settings. We learn different ways of interacting, all of which inform how we work with, how we get along with, how we communicate with both our colleagues and our customers. It is really important to be able to be open to their communication styles, to be open to learn new styles.
In my experience, learning to be an effective communicator has allowed me to be trusted and to work side by side with my customers to accomplish their conservation goals. The conservation process will not always go as planned. Mother Nature and other factors can change the course. However, if you touch base with your customer often over their preferred method of communication, they will know that they are key to the planning process.
Communication is always somewhat of a tension between the routine as well as the challenging. The more that you work with unique audiences such as tribes, I think you'll find that there can be a lot of challenges. And it's up to you as the conservationist to learn to be open and humble and trustworthy and not be afraid to just open up and say, this was indeed my mistake. And that will take you far in building that relationship that you need. When you get that relationship right, everything else is going to fall into place. And that challenge, that issue that has arisen, it is going to be less of an issue because you have that basis of trust.
My main approach to working with my customers is to try to understand who they are and what drives them. Listening and asking questions helps us do that, particularly if you do not have a farming background. I myself am one generation removed from my family ranch, and I believe that will be the case for many people coming into the agency. Once you have a better understanding, use that insight in how you talk with them. If they have reiterated economics as a driving force, which many do, use that in how you highlight conservation efforts. Speak their language.
One of the techniques that I use is asking a question to get at a deeper level or at the heart of really what a customer is asking. Sometimes customers will ask a question and sometimes they don't know how to ask the question. And so instead of telling them what I know, I first ask them a question to get at the deeper heart level, whether it be fear of what I think or maybe fear of not knowing the right answer. And I get to a more authentic, deeper relationship with them where we can start at real honesty to address the challenges on their land. As conservation professionals, we can be gripped by the fear of failure or imagining scenarios in which we err. One of the things that I try to remind myself is that I will become more proficient. I will grow as a conservation planner with experience over time. When we're working with our customers, it's okay to not know the answer. We can begin being authentic by telling them, I don't know the answer, but I'm going to find it. And I'll follow up with you either in an email or follow-up phone call. And that begins an authentic relationship where we're showing our customers that we're more concerned with getting to good customer service and not necessarily our own fear of failure. And that helps us walk in genuine communication and effective, authentic relationship.
When I started my career, I wish I would have known the real importance of getting to know and relating to our customers. Most farmers and ranchers are under a tremendous amount of pressure to keep their operations in the green and to put food on their family's table. Many have off-farm jobs and work very long hours. Keep that in mind when you are relaying technical advice or best practices. They are going to need you to explain things, often many times, and not just the how, but the why. Be patient and always, always err on the side of communicating more unless they ask you not to. And perhaps most importantly, be willing to learn from them. They know their land. Find out why they do the things they do. Sometimes it is a generational behavior, a past success, a neighbor told them, or a lack of money. Again, once you ask and listen, you can use that information as a way to humbly communicate with them. You can use their frame of reference. When we learn what is important to our customer, we can focus on that and have a better chance at successful conservation.